The city of Denver is in full motion tonight as we get set to bring you the action from the Pepsi Center. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. In this game, we'll see the Denver Nuggets against the Brooklyn Nets. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brent Barry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers from Earth.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different scorer than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
And nothing tips off a broadcast like getting the lowdown from the sidelines. And we've got David Aldridge there for that. David, good evening.
Nuggets coach Mike Malone is the son of longtime NBA assistant coach Brendan Malone, who was on the staff with the late Chuck Daly in Detroit when the Pistons won back-to-back NBA titles. Malone's dad told him not to get into coaching with its nomadic lifestyle and volatility. Michael said, "I knew the pitfalls. My father said, all right, if you're going to be a coach, be a great coach. If you have a passion, you've got to follow that passion." Kevin?
That's some pretty sound advice. Thanks, D.A. 2 very deep teams, great benches. Brent, talk about the mindset and the difference there between starting and coming off the bench.
You can assess, Kevin, throughout the first quarter or when it is that your time to check in the second quarter is about the rhythm of the game. We doing well, so when I go in, how much more can I enhance the advantage we have there? Or let's say it's a game where we're getting killed in transition. The most important thing I can do, that message to the team, when we start that 5-minute stretch, let's focus on these 2 things to get ourselves back and righted for the rest of the night.
Oh, that's excellent. So the Nets starting 5. Irving is out there with Garrett Temple. And there's Jared Allen. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Prince in at the power forward position. And for Denver, the backcourt is Murray and Harris. At the forward slots, it's Barton and Millsap. And it's Jokic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Now, here is Irving, following the miss by Jamal Murray. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the foul against Denver.
Well, one thing that Nuggets fans can rest easy on is this team has its core in place.
No doubt about that. There's a lot to like about the future of the Denver Nuggets with Jokic at that center position and the huge extension signed this offseason by Jamal Murray. That's a fantastic duo between your 5 and your point guard to build on.
First free throw is good.
I feel like Kyrie is just never afraid of the challenge in front of him. Tougher the situation, seems like the tougher he plays.
Both free throws good for Irving.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Barton outside. Here's Murray. Outside Millsap. His 3-pointers off the mark. Here's Temple. And the foul on Jamal Murray. That's foul number 2 for him.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Morris is checked in. Harris passes to Irving. Back to Harris. 5 on the clock. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Barton. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Kicks to Temple. Back to Irving. Here's Allen. Lays it up and banks it in.
And this is the attack mindset you want to see coming into the game.
Tone setting right here early. Love that tenacity.
Now, here is Morris. 14 points from him the last game against Atlanta.
Yeah, a little bit surprising he hasn't connected on at least one of his 3 shots yet, but he's going to keep shooting.
Irving against Jokic. Irving, good.
I know Kyrie is not the biggest guy on the floor, but he is built to take that kind of contact.
Irving against Morris. He kicks it to Millsap. For 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Temple dishes to Harris. Back to Temple. Outside Prince. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2. Martin with it. Guarded now by Irving. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Brent, on both ends of the floor, Will Barton is an effective spark plug for this team.
Yeah, he can fire you up out there, Kevin. He can do some things, obviously, defensively to get the team going and igniting the fast break. And then offensively, I know Mike Malone might not agree with all of the choices from Will Barton, but when he gets it going, it's an extra spark for this Nuggets squad.
Shooting 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Early part of the season, Brent, did you take a while to get back in the swing of things, or were you ready to go out of the gates?
In order to stay in the NBA, Kevin, no, I could not do that.
Right, yeah.
I could not do that.
You played 14
I know,
years.
But I loved coming into training camp being in tip-top shape. It really was something I took a lot of pride in, is that I wanted to be going so that our practices for our coaching staff was something we could get through. Now, I understood the role of other guys on the team where it might take a little while for them to get going, but for my mindset and my confidence in the year, I wanted to make sure that the off-season and the work that I was putting in, because that's where players improved the most, I was going to come into camp ready to go.
Now here is Harris. He's coming off a 10-point game against Atlanta. Out to Morris. Lets it go with a 3. The three-pointer is right on target.
Yeah, you can't leave people open around Jokic, and the offense is set up to have cutters and movement. They'll take advantage of the defense if they sleep.
Morris against Irving. Passes it to Harris. Back to Irving. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. And it's 6 points for Kyrie Irving.
I don't know how he does it, but Kyrie does such a great job to get deep position and convert, separating himself from other point guards in the league with that finishing ability.
Millsap misses.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
And the foul on Will Barton. That is his first foul of the game. Outside Irving. Pulls it up. And he knocks down the jumper. Irving's got 8. The Nuggets trail by 6. Morris passes to Millsap. It's blocked.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Outside Irving. Prince outside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And the 6'8" forward Taurean Prince showing continued improvement at the offensive end.
In the system that he played in for the Atlanta Hawks, Taurean Prince was known as a good two-way player. With his length and his ability to defend, he's going to be a great complement to scorers like Kyrie Irving and Spencer Dinwiddie.
The first free throw is good.
Interesting with Taurean Prince kind of coming along at the right time as the league is searching out physical, tough wing defenders that have the capability of shooting the three ball, the prototypical 3-and-3 man.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Well, Coach Mike Malone has grown up with this young Nuggets team. He says that he believes in the youth of this team.
Well, the future is so bright for the Denver Nuggets, and really where you have to give Mike Malone a ton of credit is when they made the decision between their two bigs, Jokic and Nurkic, sticking with Jokic and then changing their entire offensive style to play from a point center position. It has paid huge dividends.
And again, it's the Nets missing.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Barton outside. And the pass to Jokic. Count it.
Such an outstanding effort there for the big man to stay focused with his shot. Jokic, tremendous concentration.
Here's Temple, guarded by Harris. Temple, the pass to Prince. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Jokic.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Then all four of their chances so far in this one.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
And that one falls for Prince. He doesn't get the second one.
Well, you think about the season that Millsap was injured 2 years ago and how much that took away some development. Then a year later, Denver does some great things with Millsap in the lineup. Then they re-sign him this offseason thinking they can take another step. And Paul Millsap, such a good, solid defender and scorer, was devastating for them in the playoffs and a source of valuable offense on that end. Paul Millsap, the veteran and the adult in the room for this Denver team. Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
Barton against Harris. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And for Millsap, he's a vocal leader when he's on the floor.
Well, his defensive numbers were so off the charts when he played in Atlanta for the Hawks alongside Al Horford. That's the reason I think that Tim Conley and the Denver Nuggets looked at the addition of Paul Millsap, providing them foundation on a nightly basis. He could be the concrete for them on the defensive end of the floor.
That free throw good from Barton.
I think Will Barton has figured out that scoring from the free throw line can be a good thing.
Torrey Craig, he's checked in for Denver. He makes one of two that time. You know, so many great dribblers, ball handlers in this league right now. Who's the best at shooting off the bounce?
Well, three prime candidates to do that, Kevin, exist at the point guard position, and I put James Harden in the point guard category with how much he has the ball. Harden, Kyrie, Steph Curry, three great names that are able to find their way to get the ball into the shooting pocket. No matter where they move off the dribble, finding consistency. It's a really sought-after attribute in the players who are coming up now because of how impactful these guys have been.
And the Nuggets with some changes. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. Grant comes in for Paul Millsap. And it's Malik Beasley in for Will Barton. The Nets also changing it up. David Nwaba comes in for Taurean Prince. And Spencer Dinwiddie subbed in for Garrett Temple. Now here's Dinwiddie. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Utah. Nobody near Irving. Nailed from three-point land. Irving's got 15 points.
Oh, 6 of 8 from the field, 75%. Just scoring the ball at will.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Brent, with advanced analytics becoming commonplace in the NBA, which stats do you personally hold most valuable?
Well, it's amazing to talk about effective field goal percentage. I laugh a lot about...
Which is everything shooting. Free throws.
Yeah, well, I like to use true shooting percentage, Kevin, because that's where you adopt 3-point shooting percentage, 2-point shooting percentage, and your free throw percentage.
Everything.
But in talking to a lot of people around the league, general managers and coaches, I laugh inside to myself a little bit like, oh, so now shooting's important? Like what? Like now shooting's important around the league?
Right.
As if, the time that you go out to start playing basketball, you grab a ball, you go towards the goal, and your goal is to make the shot. And so we're talking so much more about how much shooting is valued. Effective field goal percentage is tremendous, with true shooting percentage being not far behind.
The Nets making a switch here. Jordan's checked in. Why don't we now look at the league's highest scoring teams? The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. In third, the Nets.
And how about the year they've had offensively? This is a team that can put points on the board in a hurry. Always fun to watch them play.
The Nuggets trail by 11. Morris looking over the floor. Over to the wing. Here's Grant. Jordan with the rebound. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Yeah, and you hate to lose the kind of game where it just seems like it gets away from you. They played good basketball for most of it, but then just collapse and open that door to come back.
Yeah, no more can we talk about underrated jumping ability from the Plumlees. Suddenly he's up and attacking the rim.
Here's Irving. Jordan trying to free himself up. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Nets have hit most of their free throws tonight, 5 of 6. And that one falls for Irving. Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Morris outside. And it's blocked by Jordan.
Well, the arms of DeAndre Jordan are like a horizon line. They go on forever, which allows him to send those shots back.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Yeah, how many times do we see highlights like this? DeAndre Jordan loves bringing the hammer.
Beasley outside. Just 5 to shoot. Unloads from 13. And too long on the shot.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Morris with the ball. He has 5. To the middle. Here's Plumlee. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Well, for people who question some toughness and determination, Plumlee showing off that he can finish through contact and growing in both of those areas.
Now, here's Dinwiddie. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Irving kicks to Nwaba. Dinwiddie outside. Musa, he's checked in for the Nets. The Nuggets trail by 11. Pass to Craig. Now here's Beasley. Grant surveying the D. Back to Beasley. And Jordan sends it back. Here's Nwaba. Pass to Dinwiddie. Floats one up. Rebound by the Nuggets.
Well, the D's so tight on him, it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
Now here's Beasley. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. Replay angles are interesting, Brent. Instant feedback on social media. Talk about the increased pressure now on referees to get every call right.
Well, so many times, Kevin, on nights where you're working games, you sit there for a minute and a half.
In super slow motion looking at the play.
And still sometimes hard to get it right.
Very hard.
Take a break.
What I think the league should think about doing with the competition committee is every team in the league should have 3 and 4 cameras that are mounted so that every time there's a replay at any given arena, they have access to the same angles.
For every game.
Every game. Where are most of the times these calls being missed? Where are these calls getting wronged? And how is it that we can implement some technology to help us not only get it right more often, which is the most important thing, but also fair and balanced vision for the referees to have an opportunity to do so.
What an excellent idea. Nets leading by 9. Musa passes to Dinwiddie. Poke loose. And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. Well, he might be an aging veteran in the NBA, but DeAndre Jordan is still terrifying for defenders when he's going up for the alley-oop.
Oh, he's such a great target still on the roll situation. You combine his length and athleticism now with the know-how and his tenure in the league, and DeAndre Jordan still can be an elite finisher on the inside.
Free throw good, Jordan.
Well, there is continuous energy in DeAndre Jordan's play, really hustling on both ends and influencing those plays with that activity.
And so Jordan nails both of them.
Yeah, and early on doing a really nice job at the free throw line.
Now Morris. He's got 5. A minute 20 left to play in the first quarter. The Nuggets with another miss.
But he's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from 3-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
Musa passes to Claxton. In the corner, it's Dinwiddie. 4 on the clock. Craig pulls it in.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
Here's Nwaba. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Poked away. Beasley with the steal. .26 seconds left in the first. Chalk up 2 there.
He just takes advantage of the D in a way that very few players, Kevin, playing today can do.
Beasley against Dinwiddie. .6 on the shot clock. From deep 3-point range. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick, turned star in the league, talks about what the game means to him.
Basketball, like passion, love. Like that is the thing I play. Like when I know 4, 6, 7 years old, I don't know. Like basketball is always in my life. That like I think it's passion. I think it's passion.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So for Brooklyn now, we've got Spencer Dinwiddie, and it's Mwaba in at the 3, the small forward. Here's Plumlee. No good off the back of the rim.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Mwaba passes to Jordan. Over Murray. No good from Jordan. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. 11-point game. Craig kicks to Murray. And it's blocked by Jordan. Here's Musa, covered by Beasley. Wasted no time on that one. Musa's got the lead up to 13 now for the Nets. For Denver, they've gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Now here's Plumlee, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Passes it to Craig. The 3, good on the three-point shot.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He's been a nice option for them offensively, and he's averaging more than 17 points a game. The Nuggets have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. The pass to Murray. Floats it up for Beasley, and he lays in the alley-oop.
I like that from Murray right there. When he's passing it like this, it can make him so much better and so much more open.
Dinwiddie outside. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. The Nuggets trail by 10. Pass to Beasley. From the elbow, and there's another one for the Nuggets.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Dinwiddie against Murray. Dinwiddie passes to Nwaba. Back to Dinwiddie. From downtown, they get it back.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
Now, you can't allow any opponent to shoot that kind of percentage. If you do, it's just going to be so tough to keep up.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Jokic, he's checked in for Plumlee. Millsap comes in for Jeremy Grant. Martin's checked in for Torrey Craig. And it's Gary Harris in for Malik Beasley. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It goes on Spencer Dinwiddie. And while Murray is known, Brent, for his outside shooting, he's very strong with his in-between game as well.
Yeah, he's got a lot of options offensively and getting more and more in contact with Jokic on those high screen and rolls. Devastating, Kevin, when he gets to that left hand, gets around the free throw line and shoots that high floater. There are nights where he does tons of damage with that.
He's off on the first.
Talk about players who are X factors for their team, and for the Nuggets, Jamal Murray is one of those guys. He is a guy that once he gets going, feels like the team can become unbeatable.
And he's good on the second. As you said, Brent, a hot Jamal Murray can take over a game.
Big-time investment from the Nuggets this offseason and what Jamal Murray is to them now, but what he can be in the future. And I think right now what he's looking to be is as consistent as he possibly can be, night in and night out, to prepare this team each season to play its best basketball in the postseason.
Here's Jokic following the basket by DeAndre Jordan. With the fadeaway. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And here are the Nuggets now after Taurean Prince's bucket. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to 11 as the basket is good from Jokic.
Yeah, Jokic on the drive, and what a great finish.
Here's Temple, guarded by Harris. Jordan dishes to Dinwiddie. Millsap grabs the miss. Millsap's got 5 rebounds tonight. Barton kicks to Murray. Back to Barton. That shot, no good. Jordan with some nice D, and he gets it to go.
Jokic and body control. Hey, years ago we wouldn't have said that. I'm saying it now.
Here's Temple, guarded by Harris. And the Nets miss again. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. They trail by 9 points. And that one's good, Barton.
And Will Barton looks comfortable there down on the inside with the shot.
The Nets have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second quarter. Dinwiddie, solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Dinwiddie's got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter, much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Jokic inside. Dinwiddie covering. Murray, no good.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times. Yeah, draw the D in, kick it out for the open shot. That's taking a page straight out of your textbook. Well done.
Clock at 6. Barton outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Nets leading by 12. Dinwiddie right side. Here's Temple. Some solid defense from Harris. Denver's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Barton. That one no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Inside. And the powerful one-handed slam.
How about Taurean Prince getting up there and slamming it down?
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And here's Jokic. 20 points for him last game against Atlanta.
Let's just not forget about the work on the glass, Kevin. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
It's stolen by Harris. They're running. Here's Prince. He shoots again, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Taurean Prince has such a great motor, and the physical nature of his play, you got to appreciate that aggressiveness.
He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 7, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
That free throw missing. Brooklyn making some changes. Allen's checked in for Jordan, and Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. And second free throw, good. The Nuggets trail by 15. Harris outside. Back to Murray. To stop the drought, he lays it in.
And Murray showing some smarts right there, some good patience in that pick and roll.
Irving against Murray. And Kyrie Irving gets the 3. Irving's got 20.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
Now here's Murray. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Atlanta.
And guys, what impressed me most was his passing. He constantly looked for the open man and found guys in great spots.
Now here's Prince. Following the miss by Jokic. Prince, the pass to Allen. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Paul Millsap picks one up.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Nets have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. That free throw, no good. And trip coming up empty, missing both.
You know, you watch Nikola Jokic out there, and he just moves like a guard. The way he approaches the game, sees the court, and shoots just aren't found in that center position.
It's the Nets now. The Nuggets getting the bucket. Temple dishes to Irving, and Temple kicks to Irving. Over Murray. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. And it's now 22 points for Kyrie Irving. The Nuggets trail by 16. Greg Jokic has so many tools at his disposal. He's a walking triple-double threat.
The passing and vision is what really sets him apart at that center position. The offense can run through him and should run through him with how he can distribute the ball.
Irving against Murray. Irving with the bounce pass. Harris outside. 6 to shoot. Tipped away. Allen kicks to Harris. And it's Denver with the rebound. They're getting their first look of the season at the Nets in this one.
And as good as a team as they were a year ago, they hated seeing these guys in their meetings. Just couldn't get it done against them.
He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter.
Here's Temple. Martin defending. Pass to Prince. To the paint. Here's Allen. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
More and more signs of the skill set of Taurean Prince as he finds an open teammate.
Murray surveying the D. Passes it to Jokic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
What a find by the Denver Nuggets. No hype really around Jokic coming into the league. And now he's a star player here in Denver, a franchise player here in Denver, and a heart of a team that's got a tremendous amount of potential in the next couple of seasons. Jokic heading up this offense and shouldering the load.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. And with Jokic, he was a second-round pick for the Nuggets back in 2014.
Think about the decision that was made between Jokic and Nurkic and how it is that the team felt like Jokic could grow if Nurkic moved on, which he did to Portland. And now all of a sudden the offense takes off under Jokic, a playmaking 5 that opens up a lot of cutting opportunities. And I know this young nucleus is going to do some great things in the future, mostly behind what Jokic has provided this organization.
Here's Musa. Ball's knocked loose, and the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Beasley. Here we get a moment now to view the league's stingiest defenses. Fourth, the Nuggets.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
There's a minute 34 left in the first half of basketball. Knocks it loose.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Allen with the rebound. Allen's got 7 rebounds in the game. Down low. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Now, there are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
The Nuggets trail by 16. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Jokic draws the double. And there's the pass to Murray. Harris against Beasley. 6 on the shot clock. Over Harris. From 13 feet, it goes down. That's 10 points for Beasley.
Well, the game's 4 quarters, and after a tough first half, he's found his rhythm in the second.
Here's Irving. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Beasley outside. Here's Craig, guarded by Harris. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Jokic doing a better job there of using his body inside and getting the angle, then finds his way to the line.
These are his 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here.
And Jokic drops them both.
And for a big man, Jokic is more than just a good free throw shooter. He is fantastic.
Irving with it. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Utah.
His passing, another high point in that game. He made sure it wasn't all about him. He wanted to get his teammates involved.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Back right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Kyrie Irving was red hot to start the first. He ended up with 22 points and 1 rebound. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the Nets?
Spectacular half for Kyrie. Time after time, makes a difficult play look easy. A lot of fun to watch, unless you're the one who has to guard him.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Denver?
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Yeah, nice job of carving his way to the inside with some ease. Not much resistance out there.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. At the forward slots, it's Barton and Millsap. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. And it's Jokic in at the center. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half.
Millsap anticipating the pass there and set himself up for the shot.
Irving against Murray. Now, here is Irving. He's tightly guarded. The Nuggets trail by 9. Murray outside. Barton outside. Pass to Jokic. Over Allen. And Jokic with the basket on the assist by Barton. 14 points for Jokic.
Jokic feeling it, not much that D can do right now. He's in a great rhythm and is exploding offensively.
On its way from Irving for 2, and he gets it to go from the corner. Irving's got 24 points.
Making the easy shots and the tough shots. He's on top of his game.
Irving against Murray. Jokic passes to Barton. Pass to Millsap. Over Harris. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 7 on the basket from Paul Millsap.
And how about that? Coming out to start the half, a perfect 3 of 3.
Irving against Murray. On the wing, Harris. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Here's Temple, guarded by Harris. But they recover it. Out to Harris. Back to Allen. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got 3 assists now in this one. The Nuggets trail by 9. Murray outside. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And it's sent back by Allen.
And this has been an outstanding display on the boards, and it's a big part of why they have a lead in this game, doing the dirty work down low.
Barton left side. Banked in off the glass. Barton's got 6.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Irving passes to Allen. Kicks to Prince. Tries again. And no good that time. Good defense by Jokic.
Not his best night from the field, but looking for other ways and finding them so he can chip in.
Harris passes to Millsap. Pass to Jokic from the stripe. And he overshot that one, missing. Brooklyn leading by 7. Here's Temple, and he uses the glass on the layup. The Nuggets have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. Jokic against Allen. 13 feet away. Brooklyn with the rebound. Prince has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Outside Irving. Here's the pass to Allen. Nets passing it around. And he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Murray against Irving. Count that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down to 7 on the bucket for Murray.
Well, some good interior crucial points here as Murray's staying active in the paint.
Irving against Murray. Here's Prince. 11 points in the game. Shot clock at 6. Paul Millsap with the rebound.
I'll be honest, I thought there's no way that he's missing that close. That's a bunny. Give it up for the aggressive defense, Kevin.
Well, Brent, not many can deny that Gary Harris is an absolute pest on the defensive end.
Yeah, pretty relentless on that end of the floor. Defensively, he's rugged and tough, and he can cover a lot of ground with that lateral quickness.
And the first one at the line is good. And one thing you have to love about Gary Harris, the way he can explode to the rim.
And Harris is a natural scorer from all parts of the floor, but he can just rocket himself for dunks you aren't used to seeing from players of his size and stature.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. And Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray.
There are times when you tune in and you watch Gary Harris play and you say, that guy is an offensive juggernaut at times, and the one thing that he's struggled with is health, and so we're all wishing for an 82-game season out of one Gary Harris.
Now here is Harris, following the miss by DeAndre Jordan. Pass to Millsap. Basket is good, the assist from Harris. 7 points for Paul Millsap.
A great concentration from Paul Millsap there. He's used to having to score on difficult shots around multiple defenders.
It up for Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. Dinwiddie with the steal. The teardrop falls in. Dinwiddie's got 8.
He knew what he wanted to do all along. The teardrop.
Morris outside. He wants to get the Millsap and does. Back to Morris. Clock at 6. Teardrop shot and stolen by Prince. In transition, here come the Nets. Dinwiddie with the ball. Irving from long range. That shot, no good. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Harris looking it over. Now Plumlee. He kicks to Barton. Launches a 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Well, the defender didn't move him off one bit, and Taurean Prince collects 2 more.
Here's Morris after Taurean Prince's bucket. Millsap finds Barton. Now Morris. To the middle from 7. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Nets leading by 9. Harris drives in. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Harris has got his first points of the night.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Barton. Here's Plumlee. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket. 6 points for him.
That's what most want to see from Plumlee. Attack mode, pound the boards, have the confidence to finish off those kind of plays.
Pass to Irving. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
This is his third trip to the free throw line. Catching up on the changes for Denver. Jeremy Grant, he's checked in for Millsap. Torrey Craig comes in for Barton. Beasley's checked in for Harris. And Murray's subbed in for Monte Morris. The Nuggets trail by 12. Beasley outside. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. To the inside. And it's Mwaba missing. Now here's Murray. He has 7. Passes to Craig. From outside, off the mark. And here's Brooklyn. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Irving against Murray. Shoots from 12. He gets it in there. And it's 29 points for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, I feel like he uses the dribble to set up his rhythm for the mid-range shots like that one. Kyrie knocks another in.
And it's blocked by Jordan. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Kyrie went directly in contact that time, throwing his body at the defense.
Nice work at the line so far, going 5 for 5.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
2 shots.
It from Kyrie Irving. Both free throws good for Irving. The Nuggets trail by 16. Murray, the pass to Craig. Back to Murray. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. 6 to shoot. Shot to stop the run. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential left in the tank for Jamal Murray. He's able to play both guard spots, but it's that sweet jump shot that has his teammates and the coaching staff salivating about where his ceiling is.
And he makes the first. And so Murray nails both of them. Brooklyn leading by 14. Outside Irving. And the layup's good off the glass. Irving's got 11 points here in just the second half.
He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Here's Plumlee. The shot's good. Plumlee's got 8 points.
For his career, more than 3/4 of Plumlee's basket have come within 3 feet of the rim, so you know he's going to take it inside.
Irving attacking, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Who's got Murray?
Irving against Murray. 1:39 left in the third. Great D that time from Irving.
It wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And here's Beasley. 10 points for him. Dishes it to Plumlee. Here's Craig. 6 on the shot clock. That's tipped. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Nwaba passes to Musa. Here's Nwaba. Here's Musa. Just 5 on the clock. Now the pass to Claxton. The deep 3 from Irving. The three-pointer no good.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from three-point range.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Checked in for Beasley. Garrett Temple has checked in for the Nets. And here are the Nuggets now. It's an 18-point game. Murray with it. He's got 9. Clock is at 3. Over Jordan, and Jordan sends it back. Here's Irving. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Yeah, now they are firing on all cylinders. That shot puts 3 more onto their lead as we head to the fourth.
What a performance for Kyrie Irving. He has been the story for Brooklyn. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. And we'll be back with you shortly. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Setting the floor for the Nets. Garrett Temple is out there with Kyrie Irving. And there's Jared Allen. And it's Claxton in at the 4-man position. Here's Temple. Shoots. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Craig. And it's blocked. Here's Temple. Here's a garbage time question, Brent. Why do some teams leave their star players in the game even though the game has either been won or lost?
Forgetful coaches? No,
it can't be that.
Well, I don't know if...
if you're leading by 35 points late in the game.
And the star player is still in the game. Somebody's made a mistake with regards to the rotations. Quite frankly, there's really no reason for guys to be out there at that time. Early on in the season, it might be that the coach wants to start and play with certain guys, but as the season goes on, you just don't see that very much.
Joe Harris is checked in for David Nwaba. Barton against Harris. From the arc, and Will Barton with the 3.
That was a thing of beauty there. The arc, the release, 3-ball looking good.
Irving dishes to Harris. Pass to Claxton.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws. Brent, we have seen some players refuse to speak to the media. For whatever reason, where should that line be drawn?
Well, there is a role and a responsibility, I think, of every player in the league, Kevin, given that it's an entertainment industry and that people have jobs around this league to tell stories, to have access to those players. Now, every player doesn't want to talk or get into certain things, but their availability should be made and people should have access to them. Look, I don't want to take out the trash every Tuesday, but I understand I've got to do it at home. And so players have a responsibility to their franchise to be a voice at times.
I always thought you were terrific with the media.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. Maybe that's how I got this job.
Now here's Murray. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. The rebound by the Nets. Harris has got 6 rebounds in the game. Temple. Offensive rebound. And slam dunk by Allen.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Here's Murray after the basket by Brooklyn. Pass to Jokic. Launches it. Brooklyn with the rebound.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Brent, a few players now host podcasts, participate with those elements, with those vehicles during the season. Any thoughts on that?
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic for our fan base and for our players to have an outlet, to have conversations and share a little bit more about their personality. It grows them as people, I think, Kevin, especially I've listened to J.J. Redick's many times over,
yes.
And you learn something new, not only about players, but about their interests and how they're spending time. And I think if you were a young player, let's say you were a high school senior and you're a college player and you're listening to some of the things that guys are talking about in their experiences, I think it's invaluable for what it is that you don't know exists around a player in the NBA, and for you to start having considerations about how difficult the task is, how mentally taxing. So these things are great outlets for the players.
Big group substitution here for Denver. Vanderbilt's checked in. Hernan Gomez comes in for Grant. Michael Porter, he's checked in for Will Barton. And Monte Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. Now, here is Morris. Porter looking it over. Denver needs to get off a shot. Here's Craig. The Nuggets with another miss.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Here's Porter, and he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Porter's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, you know, Porter can expect this. Defenses are going to try to be physical with him, try to get in his head.
Pinson passes to Ellenson. The dish to Dinwiddie. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Passes it to Hernan Gomez. Inside, here's Craig, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Brent, a lot of teams will be paying that luxury tax, and that is a tough thing for a lot of owners to swallow. Is this the best method to deter teams from going over the cap and overspending and outspending smaller markets?
You're hitting the nail on the head, Kevin, because there are some teams, as much as you said it's tough for some teams to swallow, there are other teams that never see that pill.
Right.
And they're willing to go as far as they need to go in order to put a championship team on the floor. It seems to be working, but the question you had for me, was it a deterrent right now? I don't know if it's as significant as it needs to be. We know the repeater tax certainly hurts some teams, but there are still teams that are willing to spend, Kevin. That's really tough on small market teams who want to avoid that at all costs.
Here's Temple, and the pass to Allen. Over Harris. Allen's shot is off. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for Denver. To the paint. He wants to get to Millsap and does.
And Millsap really getting up for that one. Love the aggressiveness.
Brooklyn leading by 20. Now Dinwiddie. Pass to Harris. This one for 3. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Millsap's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Dinwiddie against Murray. He feeds it to Millsap. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got 4 assists now tonight.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
Here's Temple. Dinwiddie right side. Puts up a 3. Brooklyn now working with the new shot clock. The Nuggets trail by 18. Harris outside. Murray against Dinwiddie. Murray kicks to Harris. Back to Murray. From deep. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And the Nuggets making a change here. Barton is checked in. And a change for the Nets. Irving's checked in. Nets leading by 18. Harris outside. Shoots over Barton. That's good from Harris on the assist by Irving.
And yeah, he's not messing around. He wants no part of a comeback in this one.
Well, he's grabbed a tee and a blanket because he's putting this one to bed.
Now here's Murray. Pass to Jokic. Harris outside. Shot clock at 6. Releases from 15. And again, it's Denver.
Harris is an efficient shooter, especially from the mid-range where he can be money.
At the elbow, it's Allen. Prince trying to free himself up. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Jokic.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. And Allen drops them both. Brent, when a team hires a new coach, what tends to be the feelings of the players in that locker room, knowing there's a new voice in there?
If you are a veteran player, you have the opportunity, more than likely, Kevin, to call 5 or 6 resources that know who that coach is. Because most of the time coaches that are getting hired have previous NBA experience. If you're a younger player, you're looking at what it is that's being written and said about that coach to try to evaluate how it is that you're going to fit in. The biggest responsibility, Kevin, is that new coach trying to get as many of those players into the facility or at a meeting or at a dinner to have them understand from day one, as soon as possible, what it is that they're about, what it is he's expecting from them, and how it is he's going to go about them. Then all the other things about guesswork, those go away.
Right, all about communication.
That communication and communication as quick as you possibly can, that's an important factor.
Schedule, yes. And here is Murray following the three-pointer by Kyrie Irving. Martin from outside. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
And what a turnaround from the first half. I mean, he's been incredible here in the second half.
Passes it to Temple. Back to Irving. And it's sent back by Jokic.
Deceptive reach from Jokic there, swatting that shot away using those long arms.
Martin shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
That free throw good from Barton. Both free throws good from Barton. Now, here is Irving. Martin with the rebound.
I'm not sure where the lack of focus comes in there, Kevin. That's not like him. The defense is close, but there's enough space to score.
Harris passes to Barton. Five to shoot. For the 3. Good on the triple. Barton's got 19 points.
I mean, could we say he was playing possum a bit there in the first half? Because it seems to be a different guy out there, way more assertive.
Here's Temple, the pass to Irving. That one good for 2. Irving's got 44.
I mean, he is at his best when it matters most. This game is theirs as long as he can keep this up.
Irving against Murray. Here's Jokic. Misses off the right iron. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. On the wing, Harris. Nets passing it around. Here's Temple. They get a hand on it, and stolen by Murray. It's Barton on the wing, guarded by Harris. Murray outside. Back to Barton. 6 on the shot clock. And it's off from three-point range. Brooklyn leading by 15. Allen left side. Harris looking it over. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Jamal Murray. If you were commissioner, Brent, of the NBA, would you add or alter any rules right now?
Wow. First of all, I think you get to fly on a really nice plane wherever you're going, and you get to go to any game you want to.
Yeah.
So sign me up
with
for that
courtside
job.
seats, by the way, too.
Add or alter any NBA rules. I think
Take
the
a break.
game is in a
Take a
pretty
break.
good place right now,
Two
Kevin.
shots.
And there's not much that I think is out there for us to change.
It seems like All-Star Weekend and the length of the season seems to be two pretty prominent things that continually come up.
Yeah, and as far as the question, I guess my head was going to things that are on the floor.
I was thinking that too, but I couldn't think of anything that really...
On the floor, it's tough to figure out something that could be adjusted. And I know Adam Silver and David Stern before him, all of their concern mostly is about
the game,
the optics of the game.
Yes.
And right now, it's in a pretty good spot.
It's very pleasing to watch, there's no doubt. Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 17. 124 left here in the fourth quarter. Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Kyrie Irving.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
They'd lost two straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He showed leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. .124 left in the fourth quarter. Many players now signing shorter contracts in free agency. You've talked about this a lot. Does it make it harder or easier for the super teams?
Well, I think it makes it easier because all of a sudden a star player from another team becomes available that you could latch him on to somewhere else.
Any examples you could throw out there that
I don't want to get into the specifics of it.
I understand.
I think we've seen it over the past 3 or 4 years with some of our star guys. And I don't fault them because they're getting smarter. Players are a lot smarter about what it is that they can do with having the very few times, Kevin, that you have a say in your career as to where it is that you're going to play. And more importantly, the potential for what it is that financially you can make.
And playing for a championship.
For a championship, for potentially the opportunity to play with somebody who you've always thought you could either elevate their play or they could elevate yours. This is not going away anytime soon.
And Ellenson pulls it down. 19 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Here's Pinson, covered by Beasley. Pinson passes to Ellenson. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Shooting two.
He misses the free throw. He hits the second from the line. Here's Morris. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, guys. With DeAndre Jordan, nice win tonight, but I'm sure you're looking at the schedule and up ahead, one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah, it's going to be a big test for us. They have some great big guys, great guards, and we're familiar with some of the guys on their team. So we just got to come out with that mindset and, it's us against the road. So they're good one.
It'll be a good test to see where you are, DeAndre. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you later.